podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Boxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punches? When I was hitting him with body punches, I heard him, actually he was crying in there. You were saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on?
Boxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time? Absolutely, but I knew he was tough and they're taking those punches.
DiBiase Productions.
Making women gestures like, oh.
Let's go, champ.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Border Wars edition of Unguarded, where we sit down with one of our Border Wars fighters and get to know a little bit about him. And today we're going to be featuring Shawn Mission Impossible Jones, hailing from California. Correct, Shawn?
Houston, Texas, my friend.
Texas. I don't know who told me that, right? There you go. But let's introduce you to everyone. So, Shawn Mission Impossible, first things first, where did you get the nickname Mission Impossible?
So, I think I'm going to shock everyone at the event. I've been boxing for about the last 7 years, a few amateur outings, done a lot of sparring in the gym, but to be honest with you, Ness, I feel like I can take on anyone, amateur or pro, at 175, and that's where I came up with the name Mission Impossible, because I feel like whatever mission you put in front of me, I'm going to knock them down.
7 years? Take me back 7 years ago. What got Shawn into boxing?
Yeah, so I played football and I ran track growing up, and I really wanted to play football in college. However, I did not get the opportunity to do so. And so that summer, right after high school, I started to gain a little weight, was smoking and drinking a little bit. And I said, you know what? This isn't how I want to live. I need to get back in a sport. And I chose boxing, and I kind of fell in love with it and been doing it ever since, man.
Now, how do you choose boxing? I mean, how'd you get introduced to it? Because that's a weird transition, football to boxing.
Yeah, so, you know, football's a violent sport. It's a gladiator sport, and I knew I wanted to transition into something that was going to be just as, brutal, just as violent. And I'd always been a boxing fan, but all my attention was put on football. So, when football wasn't there for me, I started to watch more fights, more actually boxing matches, started actually purchasing the pay-per-view, stuff like that, got really interested in it. I worked at Dick's Sporting Goods at the time, and to be honest with you, Ness, the more I got into it, watching the fights and stuff, I was like, okay, let me go ahead and buy all this gear. I had my own little gym in the basement, just watch videos online, taught myself how to box before ever stepping foot into a boxing gym.
Wow. So, who was in this basement with you? Did you do all this alone? Did you have some buddies that joined in the fun? Or, was this just a one-man mission here?
Yeah, so initially it was a one-man mission, and then I started, calling my friends up saying, hey, I got some extra gloves, help me out, yada, yada, yada. And it only took basically one time for each of these guys to get in there with me for them not to want to do it anymore. So it was kind of at that point where I was like, all right, I need to find a gym and start taking it more seriously.
How long was it before you found one?
It was probably about 12 months.
Okay, so 12 months in the basement.
So, yeah, about 12 months in the basement. I moved from Colorado to Texas, to Houston, Texas. And when I got to Houston, there was a big boxing community, a lot of gyms to choose from. And I ultimately decided on one, and been at the same gym ever since.
Now, obviously, going into that gym, you had some confidence. You've already beat up on a few of your friends, and you had 12 months in the basement. How was your first day at the gym?
First day at the gym, I was that arrogant kid. I walked in there with the TMT gear and everything like that. And I was like, yo, coach, I want to spar. And the coach was like, fuck out of here. You're not sparring. This is your first day. Go hit the bag. Right. So for literally, he didn't let me spar for probably 3 months.
Wow.
It was just strength and conditioning, bag work, pad work, and yeah, it was a good 3 months before he let me even spar anyone.
Wow. So how was that first spar?
It was good. I'm usually when I go to gyms, I'm one of the bigger guys. Naturally, I'm at about 185, and so as you know, Ness, it's kind of hard to find bigger sparring partners in a lot of these gyms.
How tall are you?
So I'm 6'1".
Oh, wow. I did
Yeah,
not know you were above 6 feet.
yeah,
That's new news. How
yeah.
tall
I'm
is
six
for sure D?
5'8", baby, 5'8".
Wow. 6'1". Wow, impressive.
So, like, usually the way it works is when I go into a gym, it's either I'm going to fight guys my size if they're available, but if no one's available, then I get defaulted to the most experienced guys at lighter weights, which, as you know, Ness, we kind of talked about before the show, that can be challenging as well when you got a guy who's a decorated amateur, semi-pro guy who wants to turn pro in the future, who's got a lot of talent, maybe not at 185, but maybe he's at 160, 165, 170. So I started getting thrown in with guys like that.
Bro, there's no shame in my game, bro. I was in the gym today. I seen a like they said he was 120 something pounder, and he was beating my sparring partner up. The dude that eventually, was my guy. Like he got in there with that dude, and bro, that some people could just fight, bro. And when you're good at fighting and good at pivoting, you can be in there pretty much with any weight as long as you can stay away from the punches. But so 7 years, but only one amateur fight because the guy you are fighting is experienced. He has 6 amateur fights, 3 wins, 3 losses. He's from Houston, and you're going to be taking him on. So I feel a lot better knowing that you have 7 years training. Why 7 years and only one amateur fight?
Yeah, so my background, Ness, is in restaurant management and restaurant, partial ownership. So it's a very, very time-consuming industry to be in. And so throughout the years, I had the time to train on my own time, but I didn't have time to go to all the amateur shows. I didn't have time to go to the events and, sparring on Saturday mornings and stuff like that wasn't something that I had the time to actually dedicate to and do. So I still stayed in shape. I had late night gym sessions when I could, early morning gym sessions when I could, and got as much sparring as I could as possible. But that's kind of the reason for the inactivity was I always put kind of my career before the sport of boxing up until this point.
So your boxing training was more to stay in shape at one point.
Just to some degree, yes, but Ness, anything I do, I take seriously. I really believe in the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And so I didn't half-ass anything. Like I wanted to be, if I was going to box, if it was just to stay in shape, either way, I wanted to be able to fight.
Definitely, definitely. And I'm with you, man, on that. It's hard to get people to commit fully to anything. And, I say it time and time again that it's not difficult to lose weight. I love Border Wars because it helps me get in shape, but it's that easy. It's about dedication, man. But talk to me about now. How often are you getting sparring now that obviously you're going to be in this competition?
Yep. I'm sparring 2 to 3 times a week right now.
Okay. And same gym you've always been for the last 7 years?
Correct.
So now, I'm assuming now you're one of the experienced guys that has to take it light on some people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we got a few guys in there who are actually about to turn pro. I might have to connect you with one of them for an interview, but I got one of them that's going to the card. I think, what is it, Jake Paul card?
Okay.
So he may or may not be signing with your boy Eddie. We'll see.
All right. And so what brings you to Border Wars? How'd you get hip to it, and what made you want to use Border Wars as, I guess, your get back, or what are you using Border Wars for?
Yeah, so I've listened to the Boxing Voice for several years, kind of a silent listener, never really called in anything like that. And I knew about Border Wars, I guess, over the last couple of years, and it interested me, it intrigued me, but it was never in a location that was doable for me. And like I said, I put my career very seriously. I put that above basically everything. But literally about a month ago, when I heard I was watching one of your shows, Border Wars shows, and you said it was in Dallas, and I was like, okay, now that's an event I can definitely make happen. This is kind of my opportunity. Like the next one's probably not going to be in Texas, so if I do want to get on this eventually, I might as well do it now.
Definitely.
As far as like my intentions, I want to go out. I want to show not only myself but the people of TBV that I got what it takes to hold belts in Border Wars and dominate in Border Wars. And who knows? Maybe there is a career for me in boxing in the future.
I like it. I like the ambition. So 168 is the targeted weight, correct?
175.
Oh, 175. I put super middleweight. Uh-oh. I thought it was 68. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, for sure, he definitely said okay to 175. But for whatever reason, I think with all the Rob in the chat, he makes that division so popular, right? They talk about 168 so much, and I guess Mide's there as well. But 175, and your walk around is 180.
My walk around's about 185.
Okay.
185. If I'm eating Chick-fil-A, probably 190.
Oh wow! So you eat Chick-fil-A, huh? During camp?
No. No, not during camp.
He let it out. He let the secret out, guys. So, talk to me, man. A lot of people have high expectations about you. I see it in the chat. They're calling you the future of Border Wars, man. Any added pressure to live up to these expectations of guys like Eddie Navarez and Jose Sands?
No added pressure. I'm a guy who's always shined in the face of adversity, in the face of pressure. It makes me perform at a much higher level, and that's why I bring it upon myself. That's why I talk so much shit in the chat, because the more pressure that's put on me, it's like a diamond. The more pressure you put, the more precious the diamond's gonna come out.
Definitely. So, all right. Now your division isn't that deep. Are you, I guess, hoping that your splash attracts some new participants, or do you see yourself being able to move up or down? Because that 185 division definitely has some titles, and 168 definitely has some competition.
So I want to get a belt at 175. There is a belt for 175, correct?
Not as of yet, but that's because there's not been, anyone worthy, right? Like there has to be people campaigning in that division.
Right. So obviously this fight's at 175. I would like to fill the division with more 175 fighters if possible by the time next Border Wars comes around. That's kind of my most comfortable weight, where I feel the healthiest, the strongest, and the fittest. However, if I have to go up to 185 to steal a belt, I'll do so.
Anybody at 185 that looks ripe, vulnerable, ready for the taking?
Honestly, I think I would outclass anyone at 185 in Border Wars right now.
Now, Iron Salzen, 185, Marvin the Tank Furman, Jose Loco Sands, Anthony, Queen City, Cobra, Edwards. Am I missing anyone? I think that's about it.
I think that's it. And to be honest, if I had to pick one right now, it would be Ant. It would be Ant. I think he's vulnerable. I think it's his time to go down. I'm not sure if Jose can do it. I hope so. That's my boy. Shout out Jose. But I think it's Ant's time to take a L. And this could be the Border Wars that it happens. If he wins, that's who I want next. And I will move up to 185.
Nice. So now, why do you think Jose won't be able to get it done? He's 3-0. He's one of the only 2 unified champs. Yeah. Why no complete faith in him?
To be honest, Ness, it's just a lack of content that I've seen. I just haven't seen enough to be honest, of a lot of people in Border Wars, I've been kind of focusing on my training. Like I watch, some of the past fights here and there. But to be honest, I've been focused a lot on my training. So it's not a matter of I don't think he can get it done. It's just I haven't seen a lot from a lot of the fighters.
Okay. Okay. So Ant's looking like he's ready for a loss. We got to bring up the former unified champ, the last one in that division, Marvin, because, I'm sure you'll get back to the chat and he'll say, oh, look, you heard who he brought up, a dude I beat, and El Loco. They ain't mentioned the former champ. So just what's your thoughts on Tank, the fact, just what do you think about the fact that he's not going to be fighting this time around? And he's obviously not a champion anymore because of it.
How old is he?
He's younger than you, I believe. He's 24.
Is he 24?
Yeah.
What I didn't catch the full grasp of why he's not competing in the event. However,
his wife is due. She was due March 7th, and now the doctor is inducing, so they're gonna do it the week before. So he'd just rather be in the operating room. He'd rather be in the emergency room watching his wife give labor. Yeah. So we respect that.
I totally understand that. I respect it 100%. But at the end of the day, I take this fight game seriously, and I hope that the birth goes well, everything goes well, and hopefully next Border Wars he'll be trying to get a belt back from me.
For sure, man. Yeah, look, I don't think it's a good thing to miss Border Wars. Obviously, you can't make it to all of them. But it's really very much like boxing. The minute you miss an event, everyone's record changes. Everything changes. The landscape changes. Records change. Titles get exchanged. A lot definitely can happen. I'm going to pull up the questions from the people. Anything you want to add before we go to the public?
Yeah, before we go to the public, I just want to say, I appreciate you putting this event on, Ness. It's really cool. I've been waiting for an opportunity to showcase my boxing skills on a platform like this. And then also, I believe that me and Surefire D have an opportunity to make this the main event or co-main event. Obviously, both of us are new fighters to the platform. You don't really know exactly what we bring to the table, so it's kind of risky on your part. Nonetheless, he's a decorated amateur. He actually won Golden Gloves in Dallas last year, 2019. So it's not like he's been inactive as much as I thought. He won Golden Gloves. I don't know what weight, but he won it last year in Dallas. And then, you got me coming in with a lot of smoke, a lot of heat, and in shape, ready to rock and roll. So I think it's going to be the best skilled fight in the event.
Wow. Shots fired at Mide and Elias. We got Eddie Bola de Grasa Navarez in Las Vegas that says, what up, Mission Impossible? Love the name. Give me the Border Wars fighter or fight that made you think you can do this.
The fight that I actually got to watch the whole thing was the Ant Cobra fight. And after watching that fight, I was like...
But versus who? Ant versus who? Because he is the Cobra.
It was Ant versus it was one of the latest ones.
Oh, Marvin? Could it be Marvin? Ant versus Marvin? Or Ant versus Cruz? Or Ant versus it could be Ant versus Cruz, Ant versus Marvin, or Ant versus Eric Garcia. Those are his 3 fights.
One of the two. I can't remember which fight it was. But I saw him fighting and whoever his opponent was, and I was like, either of these guys can get it.
Wow. I like it. Who else we got? Jose Sands at Loco in Canada says, I've been following your IG. For the record, you're more of a sheep of Sesame Street than a wolf of Wall Street. Question is, why are you trying so hard to copy a Loco Sands?
Okay, so initially when I came into the Border Wars community, Border Wars chat, Jose felt a little threatened. I was coming in talking a lot of shit, popping a lot of smoke, and he saw his star power starting to diminish because I was as soon as I hopped in there, I called him out because I heard he was the man. So I was like, if he's the man, it's the whole thing of if you want to be the baddest in the gym, the first day you walk in the gym, you call out the biggest guy, right?
Absolutely.
And so that was my strategy, and it got his attention. So he saw a Wolf of Wall Street canvas on my wall in one of my videos that he decided to poke fun at it. But just so everybody knows, El Loco and myself, we're in a good place right now. We're not beefing or anything like that. Actually planning kind of a strategic partnership. And yeah, we're good. We're good. No beef there.
But Robert the Genius says, what got you into cool cars? What's your dream car?
Yeah, so I think what he's alluding to is I own an apparel and media company for car enthusiasts called Gentleman's Driving Club. And basically, we're an international brand. And it's all about cars. It's all about cars. But one of my favorite cars is a 1969 Mustang. That 1967 and 1969 Mustangs are probably my favorite car ever. And I also like the Lamborghini Aventador for sure.
I don't know if Terrell didn't know, but he says, how many Border Wars fights have you had and which one was your favorite? Great name, by the way. So I guess take the shot out on Mission Impossible, but you're 0-0. I don't know how he doesn't know that. Heavyweight Sir Bishop in California says, shout out to my man Shawn. Question, at 175, who do you think wins between Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Betterbeef? And which one do you think you can beat? Laugh out loud.
I love this question. I saw this in the Patreon. This was one of my favorite questions, actually. So thanks, Bishop. I think Bivol wins. To be honest with you, he has very quick hands, great movement, and he's about it. Like, he is coming for you. And I think he beats Betterbeef. As far as the one that I think I can beat, I'd go with Betterbeef. To be honest with you, he doesn't move well. He is almost a statue sometimes in there based on the fights that I've seen. And I feel like I would be able to move around him, box around him, and land a lot of clean shots.
All right, we got Coach Mide in the UK that says, is 175 your best division, or are you just trying to figure out what's best for you?
Yeah, so I believe 175 is my best division. I'm very comfortable at 180 and 185. However, 175 forces me to get my road work in. 175 forces me to get my diet right. That's why I like the division for me, because it pushes me to be the healthiest, the strongest, and the fittest boxer. So that's why I like 175 for me.
All right. Next one is from Info Joe in California, 1-0 in Border Wars last fought 2017. Mission Impossible Jones, like your name. Could you explain how did you choose that name, and who is your favorite current fighter you like to watch?
Yeah, so I kind of explained it earlier about the name, but Mission Impossible, basically it came from the fact that I believe that I can get in there with anyone between 168 and 185 and dominate. So any experience, I believe I have what it takes to crack the code and complete the mission.
And Jose coming back with the update. I see you as the future of Border Wars. Skills aside, you are the personality that this event and future events need. Can you tell the rest of the people who don't see your natural abilities like I do what makes you special?
I mean, first and foremost, I appreciate the question, Jose. But for all you Border Wars fighters who come on here trying to get a little bit of internet clout, okay, me and Jose have been in the game. We've been doing this, okay? We are international brands. We build international brands. Just like we do that for our business, we can do for ourselves. I'm coming on here talking the talk. I'm going to walk the walk February 29th, and that's just what it is. Anybody can get it from 168 to 185. It don't matter what your name is, Sal, Marvin, Gus, Mide. I don't know who else is in the chat.
Damn, Mide too? Mide too?
Can get it. You know, Mide can get it, bro. He got skills. I respect the shit out of Mide. But at the end of the day, when I get in the ring with Mide, it's gonna be bomb squad.
Oh, so you consider yourself a power puncher? Because you
When I
can't
drop the right
you
hand,
can't
he's going
associate
down.
to
Sorry.
yourself to Deontay Wilder and not be considered a power puncher.
Right. I'm a power puncher, Ness. I'm a boxer puncher.
Okay. Okay, wow. So no worries about taking on Mide. Mide takes on all comers. He's fought heavy before, but he's got his hands full. We shall see. We shall see. Now you did mention 168. What about a guy like Robert the Genius? Likes to post a lot of footage. Likes to claim he brings pressure.
Yeah. So I'm very strategic in what I say and what I decide to. Who I decide to beef with. And Robert, I got mad respect for the guy. He's clearly not a natural, boxer / athlete, but I feel like he gets in there. He puts on a show. He's got a personality. He's game. He does the training. He puts the time, the work in. And I like Robert. I really do. I've been enjoying chatting it up with him. But I don't think
are
he
you
wants
trying
this
to
Mission
be
Impossible
nice?
smoke.
Are you trying to be nice and say he's not on your level?
Ness, what do you and Mike say all the time on the show? There's levels to this shit, man.
There is. But every now and then, you got to let the competition know that they're not on your level.
And I guess that's what I'm saying in a roundabout way, but that fight just wouldn't be competitive.
Wow. I mean, look, Rob, at least you can look to build that, right? You're building to that moment. He believes he's too good. You're working in the background, and you sneak up from behind when he needs a voluntary or something. He thinks you're a cherry, and you show him that you have improved. I mean, this is what it's all about. But yeah, man, Mission Impossible joins. We will definitely edit the title and put light heavyweight there. But those are all the questions. Let me refresh in case we got some late additions, and if not, it's a wrap. Then I guess Mission Impossible. If you want to say anything in closing.
Yeah, I do have a question. As far as tickets, man, I can bring people to the event. I need a link. Where can they go to get tickets? If they want to watch. What's the deal with spectating?
We need to. I'll have to get back to you and find out from Cruz the capacity. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to find out the capacity of people that we are allotted. But as long as it's not too many, we should be able to accommodate you and your friends. Any social media you want to give out?
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram at the official Shawn Jones, and you can also follow my brand, Gentleman's Driving Club, at Gentleman's Driving Club on Instagram.
All right. Well, I want to thank you, obviously, for coming on. Thank you for joining Border Wars. And this has been another episode of Border Wars Unguarded. Thank everybody for tuning in. Catch us on the next one, as we still have some... wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Absolutely. You can follow me on Instagram.
Wait a minute. Did you just crash the party?
Yo, someone said my name 3 times. I appear like Candyman.
The truth is... You can't be crashing a party unless you talking about you want the winner. And I don't know if you're ready. I think you should have stood in the chat. Like, what was your intentions with crashing this party right now?
I just wanted to see if he would,
say it to your face
when he's called out. Yeah.
I don't know. You should have probably rethought that. I mean, he is going against a dude with 6 fights experience, a Golden Glove. I mean, there's no fear in his heart. So I don't think he would have an issue repeating what he said now that you're here.
I didn't know that Surefire D was a Golden Gloves champion. And Shawn, it seems like you know that. So much props and respect. I'm going to be looking forward to your fight. And, who knows, maybe down the road, this happens. We make a super fight.
Yeah, but listen,
So,
no disrespect to Surefire D. He'll tell us the story when he gets there. But I've been to plenty of amateur events. Sometimes it's just 3 fights in a tournament. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's 2 fights in a tournament. Your division is what matters. Like, I'm a heavyweight. I could join up and be a fucking Diamond Gloves champ with 1 fight because there's no heavyweights. It's like Border Wars, you know what I mean? As you get into the right division, those divisions get more filled and it gets to be more difficult. So we would need the details on what division, because he says he fights from 154 to 175. So where did he win it and what weight?
You know, Ness and Robert, I'll get to you. I promise. But I want to comment on this Surefire D. Does he have an Android? I haven't seen him in the chat. I haven't seen nothing.
That's what it is. That's what it is, bro. When you don't see an opponent, they live in that Android life, man.
Well, I mean, I like I said, he's got experience. I always respect my immediate opponents. I'm putting in the work. I'm putting in the miles. I'm putting in the sparring, and I'm sure he's doing the same. Being a decorated amateur fighter, I think, like I said before, I think we have the most skilled fight in the event, and I'm excited to put it on. So Surefire D, there ain't no, I ain't got no smoke. I'm just gonna have to finish you. You know what I'm saying? It's just business. It ain't nothing personal. It's just business. But I'm excited.
I don't know. Listen, I like that you're nominating your fight, but you need to get with Jose. You guys go back in the think tank and kind of come up with a new tagline, because the most skill fight is Mide and Elias. Elias has 7 amateur fights. Mide has like 9 semi-pro fights with no headgear. Okay. So it's like
then put it as the co-main event, and then we'll show you that it should have been the main event. And who knows, if Surefire D's game again, we could get a rematch, whichever way it goes.
No, listen, now you now, like, again, that makes more sense, because again, if you're saying the skill fight, like, Mide is up there, you know, until someone dethrones him, he's our top guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Mide got the skills. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting the man. But at the end of the day, I got to sell my fight, Ness. And I think that we are co-main event to main event potential. And I think that we'll both show you that on fight day. I can't wait to see his Unguarded. I'm sure he'll have some words as well. But back to Robert, the genius. Look, man, I respect you. I think you're cool. I love the Luigi hat you got on right there. You rocking the green. That's cool. You know, but just like Luigi, you're sort of a cartoon for Border Wars. And I'm on another level, to be honest.
What?
Whoa! No respect.
When I see you, I'm gonna dab you up. You know what I'm saying? I got mad love. I love chatting it up. I see you working. I see you got the gym in the basement. But there's levels to this shit.
Oh, shit. No respect for your fucking fight game, Rob.
I thought we were cool, bro.
It's not about respect. It's about speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because when a guy gets in there with a Deontay Wilder, for instance, he knows it ain't a game. You don't play boxing. You can play soccer. You can play tennis. You know what I'm saying? You could build a little gym in your basement, but you can't play boxing.
Yo, shots fired for real. Listen, Shawn, how old are you? How old are you?
Price, bro.
Wait, how old are you?
Talking about?
Huh?
How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 25.
25. Oh, yeah, so he's young too, Rob. Shit.
Damn, man.
Shit. You got to think twice about even wanting to check any of the words that just came out of his mouth, bro. He's full of testosterone right now.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you got to get through Surefire D first. I'm going to have to hit him up on the low. We're going to have to work out some type of plan behind the scenes. I mean, this is crazy. You just made hella enemies, bro. So that's all right, though. We're coming to your state, your team, Texas. So you're part of that whole Texas jinx. But so Surefire D. So maybe that cancels each other out. Maybe you guys pull off a double knockout. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen. Yeah, Shawn, I don't want to crash your interview too much, but I'm just saying you got my attention. I know you got other people's attention, so we're watching you, cuz. So, you know, just make sure you do everything you say you're going to do. That's all.
Yes. You got to live up to the words, but so far, so good.
Ness.
Peace.
I appreciate it, Robert. I appreciate it. And
I appreciate you, cuz.
I don't mind him crashing the party. You know, I just gave him clout. I just put his name in the conversation.
That's right.
He wasn't even in the conversation. I put him in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was talking about him. I put him in the conversation.
You got his name buzzing again.
You know what I'm saying? I gave him a gift. I hand delivered him it.
Yes.
I'm Amazon Prime around here, dog.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
But one thing I want to say is don't let, I plan on winning February 29th. Don't get me wrong. But I got a tough opponent. I think it's going to be an even match. And I think we're going to do great things. But don't let my fighter get in the way of what you guys think about me. Because as it stands right now, like I said, anybody in Border Wars right now can get it. Me and Surefire D are both wild cards in the fact that y'all haven't seen us actually fight. So just keep that in mind that it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a great fight. And we're going to be ready for war come February 29th.
For sure, man. Well, listen. Well, for sure. Not for sure, Fire D. We're talking to Shawn Mission Impossible Jones. Right in Texas, so this is gonna be a battle for some hometown clout here for sure. What part of Texas are you from?
I'm from Houston, Texas.
Oh,
he's from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, I thought he was from Houston as well.
No, he's from Dallas.
So did you ever get with JD?
So I texted JD. We did text back and forth a little bit. We have not gotten together just yet. I need to. Hopefully,
I need you to get with him. I
need to.
I honestly need you to get with him because he would be the ultimate barometer. Could you imagine he gives you that stamp of approval?
He sparred the Charlos?
He sparred one of the Charlos in the past. And Charles Hatley, I think he fought. Yandel Evans, he also fought. And he just sparred Eric Walker for this Border Wars. So, yeah. You should definitely get with him. That would be good. And plus, you guys are both. You are Houston, right? So you definitely should get with him. But all right, man, Shawn, you gave out your social media. We're gonna keep it moving. Get to the next interview. Until the next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace.